you guys, welcome back. Today I am sharing the much talked about peanut butter lava cake. So this is a very decadent sweet treat that you can make for you and yourself, or you can make for you and a loved one. This has been a favorite for my husband and I as like a treat while we're watching a movie at night, snuggled up on the couch. With fall just a little over a week away, those warm, cozy desserts are perfect. So if you like chocolate and you like peanut butter, keep on watching. All right, so here are the ingredients laid out that you need for these peanut butter lava cakes. You need some sort of peanut butter. We use Smucker's natural peanut butter, and if you are keto, this is a good choice. By the way, if you're keto, these are keto friendly, but you do not have to be keto to enjoy these, believe me. Coconut flour, Lily's semi-sweet chocolate chips, but you can use any kind of chocolate chips. Regular semi-sweet would be perfect for this. Swerve or any erythritol sugar replacement. This is to make it keto friendly as well. Vegetable oil to grease our ramekins. Instant espresso powder. Baking powder. This is liquid stevia. You need some unsalted butter, 1 egg, kosher salt, baking cocoa, and heavy cream. So I quickly wanted to say that when I started looking for a lava cake recipe that could be keto friendly, I happened across a bunch of different ones, and this one is like a compilation of 3 or 4 different recipes that I found. I tried a bunch of different ones out. Some of them I didn't love the consistency, some of them didn't have enough of a chocolate flavor, so I kind of took what I loved and created this magic little concoction for you. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me show you how to put it all together. First and foremost, you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And these are the ramekins that I'm using. I got these at TJ Maxx. They are 4-inch ramekins. You could make this in one larger ramekin if you just wanted one large one. So to prep these, we're just gonna lightly coat the inside with vegetable oil. Alright, so I have a medium-sized glass bowl here. First and foremost, you're gonna take your Lily's chocolate chips, and you're gonna take about 2 and maybe a half tablespoons of these. A lot of recipes weighed out their chocolate chips, and while I do have a food scale, I know that not everyone does, and I wanted to make this as easy as possible. So a good amount is about 2.5 tablespoons. To this, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and we're gonna go ahead and melt this in the microwave in 30-second intervals. All right, so this has been in there for 30 seconds, and you can see the chocolate is melted. The butter's almost there. So you just want to stir this together. And you don't want to overheat this. So I'm probably going to put this in for another 15 seconds. All right, as you can see, this is like liquid chocolate goodness. And you don't want to burn your chocolate, so keep an eye on it. So to this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. And the cream will bring the temperature of this mixture down so that when we add our egg, it will not curdle. Now we're going to go ahead and add an egg. And stir that immediately just to keep it from cooking. This isn't too hot anymore, but you just want to be careful. And then just stir to incorporate, and you're going to notice it gets thicker once you add the egg. All right, now that we've added the egg, we're going to go ahead and add our espresso powder. And I added 1/4 teaspoon. kind of like a heaping teaspoon. This accentuates the taste of the chocolate so much. It makes a huge difference in the end result. This is the one that I buy. I just get it at Walmart. It's pretty inexpensive. I'm not even going to attempt to say the name of that, but this is a good one. So for my sugar replacement, I'm using Swerve. This is my favorite so far. And I'm just using 2 tablespoons. The next thing we're gonna add is a pinch of kosher salt. And amazingly, this also accentuates the flavor of the chocolate and the peanut butter, and it is absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. A lot of recipes have you combine the dry ingredients and then add them to the wet. I didn't find that it made a big enough difference for me to dirty 2 bowls, so this is how I made it, and it works every time. So we're gonna combine that cocoa in. This smells absolutely amazing. And our last 2 ingredients are a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and 2 teaspoons, yes, you heard me correctly, only 2 teaspoons of coconut flour. I love the smell of coconut flour. All right, so this is our batter. So you just wanna make sure it is completely combined. And there you go. Doesn't that look exactly like cake batter? It's so good. All right, so we're gonna put this aside, and then in a small bowl, this is where your liquid stevia and your peanut butter come into play. So I keep my all natural peanut butter in the refrigerator. I've talked about this before. An awesome tip is once you open your jar and you stir your peanut butter, because if you have ever bought it before, you know that the top has quite a layer of oil. You don't want to toss that oil out. I've heard people say, oh, I dumped it out. You want to incorporate that into the ground peanuts. And then once you stir it, keep it in your refrigerator and you will never have to stir it again. This is straight out of the refrigerator. See that? It's all combined. So we need 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and you can sweeten this if you choose. You do not have to. I've made it both ways. But I added just about 5 drops and that was perfect. So you just want to use a little spoon, combine this up. And this is obviously not necessary if you're using sweetened peanut butter. This peanut butter just has peanuts, and that is it. So that's our filling. So here are our 2 greased ramekins, and you're just gonna eyeball your mixture. You're gonna put a 1/4 of it in the bottom. And then to the ramekin with the filling in the bottom, you're gonna put half of your peanut butter mixture, so about a tablespoon. Some of the recipes that I saw suggested freezing it. Some suggested sticking it in the refrigerator. Mine is already in the refrigerator, so it's quite chilled, but I don't think it makes a difference unless you're adding a very large amount of peanut butter. So as long as this is covered on all sides by your batter, you're good to go. All right, so that's what they look like. And then we're gonna go ahead and cover that up with the remainder of our batter. Just scrape every last bit out. Let me just show you guys how easy this is. You just want to cover it up. And there you go. So we're gonna pop these in the oven for 15 minutes. When you take them out, you should see just a small amount of movement in the center, and that's for your lava center. So my oven, it takes about 15, I would say 13 to 17, depending upon your oven, at 400 degrees. All right guys, I just took these out of the oven. They were in for 15 minutes. And as you can see, the center is slightly set, but like it has a tiny bit of give. If you want it to be more lava-like, you can definitely leave it in for less time. And if you want it more set up, you can leave it in for more time. It's totally personal preference. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'll plate it up and we will give it a taste. Here it is plated up. I just have a little dessert spoon, and this is perfect with strawberries or even blueberries. It is so good on like a chilly fall night. So let's give it a taste. All right, so I let this cool for just a couple minutes. We're gonna dig in and get a bite. And can you guys see how delicious and lava-like that is in the middle? It is still hot, so be careful. It's so good, guys. I wish you guys could smell this. It is super chocolatey with a hint of coffee, which just accentuates that chocolate flavor. And then you get that creamy peanut butter. It is so good. This is the perfect amount for me. This definitely takes care of that sweet tooth craving. And it is perfect served with berries on the side. Again, this is keto friendly, so if you are following a keto lifestyle, definitely make this. But again, you do not have to be keto. We make this all the time. This is a good one. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. If you liked this one, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to our YouTube fam, and we will see you in the next one.